Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here today with another episode of Kaguya-sama Season 3. So, last episode we got reacquainted with our characters, which we haven't seen in a long time, at least for me personally anyways, and they were more or less the same, right? We still got the, the ever-elusive Kaguya and Shirogane still going at it, although they've definitely made lots of leaps and bounds in their relationships, considering that they both have smartphones now and are now able to contact each other at any given time, which actually turned out to be a major focal point of the last episode, right? We'll see how that develops from here. The rest of the gang, though, same old, same old. I mean, I guess that's to be expected, right? Even though for us it's been 2 years, to them it's literally the next chapter, I guess. But yeah, anyways, not really too much else to add. Let's just jump right into the episode. Alrighty, it looks like we're going to be starting from the opening this episode, so let's look at it in 3, 2, 1, play. And of course I will be muting the music. Yeah, I really like this opening, out of the Kaguya openings. I don't know, it's just more groovy to me in a lot of ways. They're all groovy, but this one just really makes you want to like dance along. I think it's also because like the harmonics are a little bit more subdued as well. I just prefer this kind of a musical setting. Speaking of which, it's actually Sue. I see that it's featuring Sue. I wonder if that's the same Sue from shoot, what was that girl's band name called again? I suddenly can't remember, like. Ah, yeah, Silent Siren. I should have probably looked it up a little bit. Okay, so they're both looking out for each other behind the scenes. Oh, other people know. So they are actually both stubborn in the same way. Although I do find it kind of weird that we've never seen mentions of how Ishigami is. Like, how he also needs to be cleaned up after.
たちが出会った日のことである。というわけで、君らにもう少し仲良くしてほしくてね。
Is this actually gonna end well though? Well, I mean, knowing this series, it's probably going to be like 2 steps forward, 1 steps backward, right? Nakayoshi Dakusai-san.
今から出すミッションを2人で協力してクリアしてください。するとあら不思議。いつの間にやら仲良しになっているという。めちゃくちゃ臭いけど何すんの？じゃあ最初の指示を出しますね。ミッション1。褒めてるうちに相手がどんどん続いていっちゃうんじゃない作戦です。
Are you guys like a kindergarten or something?
会長が傷ついてるでしょ。
これ会長が作ったの？俺が一生懸命だけどな。
These two are more similar than you seem, right?
いいののいいところは、まあ結構あるよ。真面目で勉強できるし、あとほら、まっすぐなところ。
石上くん結構素直。これは結構効果ありなんじゃ。
ほら、いいのの番だぞ。
じゃあ。
Aw, and even with that kind of...
いいところはね。
None.
どうしよう。何一つ思い出せない。
てめえこれ真面目にやれよ。会長がしょんぼりしてんだろ。
思いつかないものは仕方ないでしょ。
観察力ねえなバカ女。
いいところが一個もないのはあんたのせいでしょ。むしろ仲悪くなってませんか？
いや、こっからが本番だから。
Huh? Are you effing serious, Shirogane?
これをやれば自然といいの睨むのやめて。どっちがやる？
私のももに石神を乗せるわけないでしょ。
じゃあ僕がやる。
石神のももに私の頭を乗せるわけないでしょ。
じゃあどうすんだよ。
だからこう、顔を上にしないで、つばとね。
Huh? They're actually going to do it? You know, but... You know, all things considered, even if it was under that kind of position, it's still a very... Shogane, what are... Okay, this is absolutely ridiculous. Huh?
だって傍から見てたらあれだよ。好きな子についつい意地悪言っちゃうって感じ。
So they're actually I wouldn't say teenage. This is more like what, elementary school or something?
私、石上くんのこと結構好きよ。
Oh, Vocaloid voice now, eh?
石上くんのこと結構好きよ。
Okay, they've been broken.
めちゃくちゃ仲良くなってるじゃん。すごい。どうやったの？
経験のなせる技ですよね。
いいのみこの取り扱いは10年のベテラン。本日の勝敗、おさらぎの勝利。
私、石上くんのこと結構好きよ。
Like I said, 2 steps forward, 1 step backward.
カラオケ行かね？カラオケか。あんまり歌は得意じゃないんだよな。歌わなくてもいいよ。そっちメインじゃないし。どういうことだ？いろんな高校の人とつながりを作る交流会的なのがあってさ、俺たちだけじゃ行きづらいんだよね。まあいつも断ってばかりだからな。いいよ。よし来た。
This is gonna turn into like a mixer or something. Hey, hi.
いいんですか？
Hayasaka.
たまの休みに友達と遊ぶのをはばかる理由なんてありませんよ。そうじゃなくて、交流会とやらですよ。いいじゃないですか。生徒会長として他校とのコネクションを作っておいて損はありません。私は束縛しない女ですし。いやですから。あれ多分合コンですよ。
Of course.
合コンってあれでしょ。男女がつがいを求めて乳くり合う盛り場のことでしょ。そうです。
Hayasaka.
気づいてないっぽいですけど。かぐや様もお目付け役として一緒に参加してきたらどうです？いやよ。そんな性欲にまみれた男の群れに私を放り込むというの？この白状者！そうですね。すみません。第一、そんな会に参加したというものに知れたら感動ものよ。まあ確かに。何も私が直接行く必要もないのよね。
Hayasaka?
それでは交流会の方を始めさせていただきます。飲んで歌ってプレイボーでいきましょう。もちろんノンアルですよ。
おい、こういう感じの回とは聞いてないぞ。
いや、言ったね。まあ最近お前思い詰めてる感じだったし、息抜きにはちょうどいいだろう。ほら、横の子なんてめっちゃレベル高くね。
Yep.
とにかくね、会長が他の女に何かさせないようにするだけでいいの。その場から連れ出せたらベストなのだけど。こんな性欲にまみれた男の群れに私を放り込むなんて白状者。
なんか
You know, since she has a gal personality on the exterior, that means she's probably
はーさかさんだよな。
白金の知り合い紹介してくれよ。
あ、いや、知り合いっていうか。
言えばいいじゃん。昔こっぴどく振った女だって。
え、ああ、そういう。じゃあ白金、俺はあっちの方で。おい、
やっぱり気まずいよね。振った女がいる会は。
あ、いや、
I'm so glad that 2 episodes in and we're already getting an Hayasaka centered episode.
違う世界に行くよ。
Oh?
そばにいて。
そばにいると辛いんだろ。
それは。君が他の女の子と仲良くしてるところ、私に見せるなんて。そんなの残酷だと思わない？私が歌う番だ。
Oh. Yeah, she probably can sing pretty well. My feelings.
私の気持ちを歌います。
Or actually, no. Actually, I don't. Oh, that is nice. Well, I mean, they are all professionally voice acted, right? Holy crap! Talk about professional. Of course, that's not what he's. You know what? Give me a full version of that song already.
うまいね。すごく胸にきたよ。こういう集まりには結構来るの。
いいえ、男性が多いところは結構苦手です。
だったらどうして？
今日は妹に無理やり来させられたの。いい加減失恋から立ち直れって。理解できないんですよ。どうしようもなく性根が悪いんだ。
Oh, that's kind of the truth, right?
最近は少しマシになってきましたが。何かおかしかったですか？
あ、いや、
You really care about her a lot.
見えたなって。前会った時はなんていうか、少し演じてる感じがしたから。
Super perspective Shirogane.
と愛してもらえない。弱さも醜さも演技で包み隠さなければ愛されない。赤ん坊だって本能で分かってることです。ありのままの自分が愛されることなんて絶対にない。
そんなことは。
だったら君は見せられるの？背伸びも虚勢もなく、弱さをすべて隠さない本当の白金みゆきを。
Now that's kind of true in a way, right? Shirogane actually does go to great lengths to put on his act as well, right? Oh. Ooh. Ooh.
彼女、君がこんなところにいたらきっと悲しむよ。
そうだな。そうすることにしよう。
ちょっと聞こえてたんだけど、失恋中なんだって。俺もこの間彼女に振られちゃってさ。昇進仲間同士仲良くしようぜ。
ぐいぐい行きますね。
君みたいな可愛い子がいたら男ならグイグイ行くって。トリマ一緒に歌わない？ほら曲どれか
おい、
選んで。
ハーサカ。ドリンクバー行くんだろ。早く来いよ。合わせろよ。演技は得意なんだろ。
Is Kaga gonna see something?
かぐや様、会長の連れ出しに成功しました。そう、よかったわ。でもかぐや様の指令はまだ終わってません。ねえ、白金くん。
何？
別の部屋借りたから歌い直そうよ。大丈夫。終わり際合流すれば変な噂もされないでしょ。
そういうもんか。
行こう。早坂、会長を落とせるものなら落としてみなさい。結果が出ませんでしたが、ご安心ください、かぐや様。ちょっと早坂。今日は行けます。早坂。私の方がいいって言ったよね。それは本当？だったら本当の私を見せてあげる。だから本当の君を見せてよ。早坂、返事をして。早坂。
Drama. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. They're just talking about like some of the backstory for the other characters. They're probably doing something entirely innocent. Let me guess. She's asking Shirogane to give her a massage or something? No. Oh? I mean, but isn't, like... But if she suddenly finds him, isn't she going to be like, oh, Kaguya told me to come here? Oh, let me see. Shirogane is singing. Hmm? Okay, okay. So it was a massage or something. Or was it singing? Okay, it was singing. Rapping, eh? Oh. Oh. Hmm? Everybody's gone.
やっぱりそんなことだと思ったわ。やっぱりって何ですか？だってあなたの性格の悪さを世界で一番知っているのは私だもの。かぐや様だって似たようなものじゃないですか。そうよ、似てるのよ。だって私たちは姉妹みたいなものなんですから。
Okay. Well, I mean, that wouldn't be... I think that was relatively okay. Ah, and now we have the actual ending. What? Huh? Get back, cock. What the actual heck? Oh, is this an extension of the previous ending? Like when they had that weird, like, fantasy world going on? I think it is, actually. Is that a Starship Trooper parody? What the heck? Oh my god. Why is the main character Hayasaka? Not that I'm complaining, alright? She's getting what she deserves. Oh my god. See you guys after this. Oh my god, guys. I love this episode so much. You guys have no idea. I mean, I've been like the biggest Hayasaka fan since she first appeared on the scene, and this one was mwah, absolutely perfect, right? We got to see like the various different sides of Hayasaka. We got to listen to her sing, and it was awesome. And then, you know, the ending there, it was kind of sort of like, I guess you can't really call it Hayasaka focus, but let's just say that the entire parody of Starship Troopers at the very end here, like that also like really, I don't know, it just touches on my kind of humor, so I absolutely love it. And then you know, everything about this episode I just love. Like even at the very beginning, like, you know, let's put Hayasaka aside for now. Like even at the beginning we have this entire thing between Ishigami and Miko, right? Iino. You know, I actually do really kind of like the dynamic that these two have. This sort of twisted dynamic, you know, where they are, you know, caring for each other under you know, under a table and whatnot, and you know, but still yapping at each other on the surface level or whatnot. And then you really get the kind of idea like how similar they are. I mean, I guess technically throughout the entire story arc of Iino and Ishigami, we've known of this already before, right? Ishigami has been shown that Ishigami is you know, working in the background to help, you know, for a long time now. But you know, they are still continuing this story along, and you know, like, yes, everybody would be kind of disappointed that they didn't really kind of sort of reach any sort of compromise at the very end, right? We even see like Ishigami give just a little, because he actually honestly complimented her, but you know, did not actually return the favor there. So too bad. I mean, the end result isn't really, it's kind of like how I said at the beginning, right? 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's kind of how this series likes to do things, but still, I actually really enjoy their interactions, and especially you know, once, because I feel like in a lot of situations like this, Iino is the one gaining the upper hand, because Ishigami is just kind of normally the guy being bullied around, being the punching bag. But I think in this case it's much more balanced. They've been teased equally. But honestly though, the things that Shirogane, like, it's that Shirogane wanted them to do, like, it started out relatively simple, right? I was like, okay, this is like a kindergartner stuff. Hey, try to get along with them, try to think of their good points and whatnot, and then gradually, you know, turning into more and more outrageous stuff, like the second, like, what was the second thing? The second thing was actually cleaning ears, right? That's like, I don't know, you don't really do that, like, ever, unless it's like very it's like very close. Like, I'm actually surprised that they even, like, you know, even allowed Ishigami to do it. Like, it doesn't matter if it's on the lap or not. Like, even in the compromise that they did at the very end there, right, with you know, like, leaning her head over the sofa, over the couch or whatnot, and then Ishigami cleaning, because that is, you know, that is such an intimate thing to do. I would rank it even higher than playing the Pocky game or something like that, or feeding each other, honestly. So I guess this is just another example of Shirogane's warped worldviews or something like that. Or, I mean, am I being like completely, like, am I being out of the loop here? Because I feel like that thing, like, cleaning ears, is way more intimate than anything like feeding each other or even trying to play the Pocky game, right? Because those are stuff that you can kind of do, like, on some sort of, like, social events or you know, like these mixers, right? Like, for instance, in the next short story there, where they go to sing karaoke's and have this mixer between boys and girls and whatnot. But you know, you might be able to do things like that as part of, like, a you know, a penalty game or something, or heck, just to get the you know, just to get the atmosphere rolling and make everybody hyped, right? But you're cleaning, really? And hey, the fact that they actually went along with it, that kind of says something as well, right? I don't know, man. I'm not really sure, like, what kind of angle the story is trying to push these two. But you know, it is definitely interesting to me. Their relationship right now is definitely very interesting to me. Beyond that, and then of course the next story here, you know, we get to see Hayasaka again. We get to see the many faces of Hayasaka. We get to see her dress up and all that. I mean, that was just probably one of my favorite episodes ever within this series, you know, all 3 seasons up to now, you know, because I am a big Hayasaka fan. And you know, surprisingly, even with all the acting and whatnot, and the scheming and so on and so forth, and the twistedness, the few moments there that where she really said her feelings out loud, right? The truth of the situation. It kind of really hits home, right? Because if you think about it, this entire series, the entire premise of it is based on putting on an act, right? Shirogane and Kaguya, they are, Shinomiya, they are putting up an act for each other, right? Even though they clearly are attracted and are in love with each other, they need to put on this act. They need to act like they are calm and graceful and not at all attracted to the other side, and all in some sort of game and whatnot, right? Like, obviously Hayasaka is she's gone a little bit overboard in terms of the negativity and all the pessimism, but it's surprisingly truthful to the core of this story, right? If you think about it, and indeed it's how generally, not even just their love for each other, but it's typically how Shirogane and Shinomiya acts in public as well, right? They're always putting up a front in some way. So I don't know, I just find it kind of you don't really think about it, but then when you think about it, it's like, yeah, that is so obvious, and Hayasaka hit the nail right on the head in terms of that. And then of course, everything else that goes on, the misunderstanding kind of situation, that was obvious, cliche. We saw that coming a mile away, but still, it definitely did not detract from the epicness of this episode. I guess you can't really call it epicness. That's maybe I'm being a little bit too biased, but all I can say is I really, really, really enjoyed this particular episode. And then finally the ending there, Starship Trooper parody, icing on the cake. And honestly, that came completely out of nowhere, right? It seems to me that it's kind of sort of carrying on from the past few endings, because I remember throughout all of them they had a similar concept of flying, right? Of either using wings or using airships or something of that sort or the other. So there is this common theme throughout. I'm not quite sure like why right now specifically it's a Starship Trooper parody. Like, that came kind of out of nowhere. I mean, is Starship Troopers doing a reboot recently? I'm not like, I don't really know. But then again, it is one of my, I guess you can't really say favorite sci-fi movies, but it is a very, very enjoyable sci-fi movie for me. So I'm glad that we got that sort of reference clipped into it. Even though the ending there with Shinomiya, with Kaguya turning into an angel and whatnot, that's kind of questionable, but at the very end we do see her being the one to call Shirogane awake from his little daydream there, right? So I guess it all works out in the end. And by the way, I do really love the sort of art style that they went there in the ending. It definitely had a more, how can I put it, a more mature kind of art look to it, a more mature kind of feeling. It seems that they've grown up a little bit, and obviously because the setting is in more of a, I guess, dark setting, if you will, and not necessarily a comedy setting. So I actually really dig that art style. It almost makes me wish that we could have a series or a complete episode where it's just in that art style. But then again, this is a comedy through and through, so what it currently has definitely suits it. But yeah, I am glad that we got to see that kind of ending. Definitely also my favorite ending out of all of the endings so far. At least the visuals, right? The song, I mean, it was nice, but then again, honestly to me, none of the endings or the ending songs were particularly memorable in any way, but that's just me. But anyways, yeah, I'm kind of rambling on here, but is there anything specific to... Oh, there was one specific thing that I was kind of curious about, though, and that is where Fujiwara, Chika, she actually mentioned, when Kaguya was taking Hayasaka out of the room and preparing to leave this place, they ran into Chika coming here, right? And then Chika instantly was like, "Hey, it's Hayasaka," right? I don't quite remember. Was she in the know from the very beginning? I thought Hayasaka... I'm not quite sure. Like I know they've interacted a few times before with each other, and I believe... But... Huh. Like, I honestly can't quite remember. I know they've interacted before with each other, but I can't quite remember if... I know that Hayasaka views Fujiwara as a huge threat, right? Because of her randomness and whatnot. But I believe Hayasaka Fujiwara is not aware of Hayasaka's closeness to Kaguya, to Shinomiya, and so her seeing those two being close at this point, she's probably gonna think like something interesting is going on, right? I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much into it. It was only in passing anyways, but definitely curious about that entire situation there, because I definitely wasn't expecting her to address Hayasaka rather than just immediately going over to Kaguya and understanding the situation. So, yeah, I don't know, like maybe that's something to potentially take note of in the future. But anyways, this review has been way too long. It's not really been a review, it's just been me harping over how much I love Hayasaka. But hey, you can't, like, come on guys, Hayasaka stand up, alright? Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.